is that a winner on another team, not the Broncos? You don't agree with him being there?
I think Denver needs to trade him. Just flat out. They need to trade him because they don't think that he can play. That's just ultimately what it comes down to. Why else would you put someone as your third string quarterback and then start him over your second string quarterback? Brady Quinn is the second string according to the roster.
As a young quarterback, confidence is what you need, and Denver just does not give him the proper confidence in him right now.
No, I really don't think so. And also, you look at it this way too, from this perspective too. Tim Tebow is playing under a new offensive coordinator and a brand new coach and a new system. Yeah, it probably has similarities, but it is not the exact same. Okay? So you can't expect this guy, especially without with OTAs or anything, and people who don't believe in him, and you're not even getting first string reps. How can you just come in and just light it up? Christian Ponder, at least it was expected of him, he was going to be the second string quarterback, you know? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure in practice, he was being groomed to be the starter. Tim Tebow was being groomed to be the backup to the backup. Yeah, and he's coming in and playing well for where he was, for his position. Yeah, his mechanics aren't great, but that's not whoever said the most mechanical quarterback was going to win you the game? Because there are plenty of quarterbacks that have been mechanically sound and not won.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with you.
We have to move on here. All right, if the season ended right now, take your pick. Your Super Bowl winner.
It'd be really easy for me to just say, the Green Bay Packers. Because they're the only undefeated team in the NFL. But to be honest, I think the Packers are the most talented team in the NFL. But I think the only way that they'll win the Super Bowl is if they have a slip-up. They need to lose in the season because I think the pressure that they'll have on them to go undefeated through the season, then undefeated through the playoffs, and not losing the Super Bowl will be too much. And you'll have a team that is going to be super hungry. And I think right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the best team in the NFL. I'll admit, I didn't see them beating the Patriots, but I thought that Patriots game, even if they lost it, they would have still been able to go to the Super Bowl. Because I think they have all the qualities that you need to win a Super Bowl. And now, if you look at Green Bay, who do they have to go through? I think their playoff, the road they have to go through to get to the Super Bowl is a lot tougher. You're going to have to beat Detroit. You're going to have to play another hungry team. Because if you look at the NFC is full of young, hungry, talented quarterbacks and teams and defenses. That the Pittsburgh Steelers, who they have to beat? They'll probably have to go through New England, who they've already showed that we're not scared of you. They would probably have to go through Baltimore, which is their arch rival. You already get hyped up for that game already.
Yeah.
Jack, your pick?
The Browns. My Super Bowl pick, you have to stay with the Packers. They're gonna drop a game. They're 7-0 right now. They have 9 games left to play, but no one's gonna beat them in the NFC. No one will be able to stop them on defense, and they're gonna outscore every single team. No team has as potent an offense. When you look to the AFC, Pittsburgh, I thought it was kind of a fluke win against New England. New England's a good football team, and I don't know how Pittsburgh pulled that one out.
And I'll give you another pick. I'm really going out on a limb here, and people are going to start laughing because I'm a big fan of them.
Detroit.
I think the New York Jets are one of the most dangerous teams. They are very dangerous because if you look at it right now, they're out. They're out. They're probably, the only way they're going to get in is if they get in as a wild card team. And they play, if you watch them play in the playoffs, when they come in as a wild card team, they have an extra edge to them because they are underdogs. When you have this underdog edge that they play with, they're dangerous. Just like the Packers had.
The New York Jets being underrated and dangerous is over. That was 2 years. Everyone knows what's up with them. They're going to be the wild card again. Everyone's going to be like, oh, here comes New York. Obviously, Rex Ryan is like, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to get knocked out first game if they make it to the playoffs. Their offense is awful.
I'll give you this. What helped the Packers win the Super Bowl last year? They got in on the last game of the regular season. What happened? You start playing with the underdog edge. You start believing that, you know what, we got in here, no one else thinks we can win, well, it's us against the world. Well, that's what helped the Raiders win their Super Bowl. It's that same mentality. You have that hunger and that extra edge.
With the Packers, you have Aaron Rodgers, top 2 quarterback in the NFL right now. Him and Tom Brady would vie for the top spot. Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez is not going to take a team to the Super Bowl. He can't do it. He can't put the team on his back like that. Aaron Rodgers carried the Packers to the playoffs.
Whoever said that your quarterback has to be the best player on your team?
They're not going to win with a bad quarterback.
can
You
win.
need a leader as a
You-
quarterback.
passing
Mark Sanchez is a good enough quarterback for him to, in the playoffs especially, he has not lost them any of those playoff games. Let's just be realistic here. If you watch those games, which I did,
But
I
he's
watched every snap of those games.
He's not
Who
gonna win
lost
the
them?
games
Their
that they
defense
need.
lost. The strongest part of the Jets in those championship games was the weakest part. Why? It was partially because of Rex Ryan's coaching. You have to throw him a little bit under the bus because he did not coach well defensively in any of those AFC championship games because their defense looked horrendous against the Steelers and horrendous against I forgot who it is, the Colts. They look horrible because Peyton Manning just lit them up. And Ben Roethlisberger,
All right,
before
all
this
right,
year,
Jamal.
lit them up.
Let's calm down. Jets aren't going to go anywhere this
We'll
year.
have to see later this season. Thank you, Jahman and Jack. Stay tuned for another episode later this week. Discuss the sports games for later this weekend, especially the college football big games coming up. LSU against Alabama, number 1 against number 2.
Roll Tide.
Hi, baby.